heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Well, she tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips she drew hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked the floor. Used to live alone before I knew ya, but I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Our love is not a victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew ya. It's not a cry that you hear at night, it's not someone who's seen the light, it's a cold and broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
In times of darkness, love sees. In times of silence, love hears. In times of doubt, love hopes. And in times of sorrow, love heals. And in all times, love remembers. May time soften the pain until all that remains is the warmth of the memories and of the love. We're going to begin our service this morning with a candle lighting ceremony. Tim, Sarah, Mark and Ben will be lighting the candles. Joe, the first candle represents our grief. The pain of losing you is with us, and the flame of this light will shine on our tears and warm us as we honour your life. The second candle represents courage, that which lay in your life and the strength we will give to each other in our loss. The third candle we light for memories. It celebrates your human journey with us, the times we laughed and the times we cried together, the gifts that you gave us and to others and those we gave to you, the hard times and the good, and the life that your life invented in us all. And the fourth candle has been lit to celebrate love. It shines forth in joy, as we know that love never dies. It goes on from one person to the next, from moment to moment in every age, and adds to the life of the universe in delight. Thanks be to you, Joe. Your love still surrounds us all. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come together in remembrance of a very special person in our lives, Joanne Vicky Willcox, Jo as she was known to all, a selfless, kind and generous woman who left our lives last Monday. She passed away peacefully at home, as that was her wish. She was surrounded by family, and she will be dreadfully missed by us all. On behalf of her adoring husband Tim, loving children John, Sarah, Mark and Ben, and their families, I welcome you and thank you for being here with them today. I also welcome all those viewing online. A special thanks to you, her son John, who is on the mainland. The kindness of friends and relatives who have stood by the family during this difficult time is much appreciated and will be consolation to them later during those inevitable moments of grief and emptiness. The family expresses their sincere thanks to all staff at the Oncology Department of the North West Regional Hospital for their love and support through Jo's journey, and also to the beautiful team at Palliative Care for their love, care and assistance in keeping Jo at home in her final days, which is what she wanted. You are all warmly invited to join Tim and the family in the reception area after we've released the doves, to share your stories of Jo and to support one another. In your sadness, it is good to remember that grief is a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. There are people who leave an indelible mark on your soul, an input that can never be erased. Jo was one of these people. Grief is not a disorder or a disease. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity, the price you pay for love. And as we've heard frequently over the last few days, the only cure for grief is to grieve. It will be the little things that you remember, the quiet moments, the smiles, the laughter. And although it may seem hard right now, it will be the memories of these little things that help to push away the pain and bring the smiles back again. It is hard to forget someone who gave us so much to remember. This funeral service has many purposes. Of course, it is for the reverent farewell of Jo, but it also recognises and acknowledges the value of her life, and it confirms that life has ended. This service will help those remaining to face the reality of her passing. No matter what the relationship you had with Jo, her death has broken in upon it. Today we have the opportunity to reflect upon the hole that is left with the passing of a beloved wife, cherished mother and mother-in-law, adored nan, loving sister, aunt, and dear friend to so many. A chance to remember how a spark of divine energy from a determined and strong person made our world a better place. The hurt is almost unbearable, yet we will live through it. It is because we feel such deep pain. It is because the inner ache is so great that we realise how much we loved her. And yet the agony inside gives us strange comfort. It tells us how much we will miss her, and we really would not want it any other way, because the grief and the heartache that we feel bears witness to the depth of the love. We know that thoughts of her will forever bring us comfort. Jo was a beautiful woman inside and out, strong, courageous, determined. She would not give up without a fight, and a can-do attitude were words that came up often when I met with the family. Born in Burnie on September the 28th, 1959, the youngest daughter of Don and Marlene Short, life was pretty tough for Jo in her early years, and at the age of 4, she went to live with her grandparents, who raised her with love and care. Jo attended Burnie Primary School and Parklands High School. After leaving Parklands High, Jo moved around quite a bit, spending some time on the mainland before returning to Burnie. Her eldest son, John, was born in 1977 and brought much joy into her life. An outing to the Bottom Pub in Wynyard in 1984 began a whole new chapter for her. Through mutual friends, she met the love of her life, Tim, and after 18 months or so, baby Sarah being born the following June, they married in Wynyard on November the 17th of the same year. Living in Wynyard, Jo happily raised her little family, with Mark arriving a couple of years later in May 1986. Later, the family moved to Yolla. And 9 years later, one memorable morning, Jo got the kids off to school by 9, and by the time they got home at 3, there was a new baby waiting for Sarah and Mark in the lounge room. Thinking it was the neighbour's recently born baby, they were shocked to discover that while they had been at school, Mum had gone to the hospital, delivered a bouncing baby boy, Ben, and returned home, all in less than 6 hours. She returned home so soon because that is where she wanted to be, away from the hospital, just with her family as quickly as possible. Wow, you must agree that's strength and determination. These attributes are just an indication of what she was capable of withstanding. Aside from caring for her family, Jo enjoyed her hobbies of knitting, crocheting, macrame, and tending to her passion for indoor plants. Renovating, creating, and camping were also physical things that she enjoyed. In June, 2020, Jo was diagnosed with lung cancer. By August, she was on the chemotherapy journey, shortly followed by radiation treatment. Jo rang the victory bell, and going into remission was cause for great celebration for her and Tim and the family. However, it was short-lived, as the dreadful news of a brain tumour was delivered in May 2021, and the journey began again. Brain surgery, followed by radiation, took place away from home in Hobart. Again, she managed to ring the victory bell, beating it once again. A short time later, the tumours had returned. A second round of surgery was required, followed by more radiation. Jo stayed stoic and determined to beat it. She and the family were told that the cancer was so aggressive and that there was only so much that could be removed. So they took her home and held on to the hope that the second round of radiation would get rid of it like it had done a short time before. The whole family enjoyed a fabulous camping trip the weekend after the second surgery. 5 days after brain surgery, one hell of a gutsy lady, and wonderful memories were made. Another sign of her strength and courage. Celebrating Christmas in 2021 looked very improbable, but that fighting spirit brought her right up to now. Then in June this year, Jo started experiencing headaches again, and yet another bout of radiation was to be endured. This was impossibly tough on her body, and although knowing the reality of the situation, she never wanted to accept it. Jo lived for her family. She loved Tim and the children deeply. She adored her grandchildren, and they adored her. Before that diagnosis in 2020, Jo loved to have a good time. She loved to party in the shed with her friends, enjoying singing and dancing and having a beer. She loved the West Coast Eagles, and although her hands were pained by rheumatoid arthritis, she loved to knit and ploughed on until every member of the family had a beanie made with Jo's love. And she loved her little chihuahua, Shane Don, who since her passing has also realised Jo is no longer with her and is quietly mourning. Jo's story is one of strength, courage, determination, tenacity, stoicism, and a can-do attitude. But most of all, it's a story about love. Love of life, love of nature, and love of her family. We can all learn a lot from Jo. Jo, I hope you are dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Rest in peace, Jo. Jo's 11-year-old granddaughter, Indy, would like to share a letter she has written to Nan.
This was written by Indy. Dear Nan, I love you and I always will. I just wanted to say a few things before you go, and as I was writing this, I had teardrops rolling down my cheeks, knowing that I won't be able to give you hugs and kisses anymore. I'm going to miss being able to come see you. I will always remember when you sat out on the patio thing in that seat. I remember also when you sat out on the deck, you always had a juice box or your water bottle, eating fruit tingles that you didn't let Pop eat because we both knew if you gave him one, he would eat a lot of them. You only ever let me have one or two. I will never forget you, and when I have kids, I will tell them all about you and how sweet and kind you were. We managed to get a few more camping trips out of you. They were always the best. Even when I didn't feel like going, when I got there and saw you, I would always feel so much joy seeing you there, knowing that with you being there, it was going to be so much fun. I will miss the camping trips I had with you. I don't know whether or not you remember, but in the mornings I would get up out of bed and go straight over to your caravan, waiting for you to get up and say good morning and have cuddles and kisses with you. I don't have too much more to say. I just want to say a few more things. You were always super forgiving, and that I knew you loved me from the day you met me, and I loved you from the day I met you. I love you for infinity. This isn't goodbye, it's only until I meet you again. You were the best Nan anyone could ask for. I will make sure I tell Lila, Harriet and Frankie all about you when they are older. Do you want to read the last bit?
Yeah. I really love you. Love from Indy. Wait, do I take this?
Yep.
Well done, Indy. Beautiful words. Joe's kids have also written a poem that they would like me to read, and it is simply titled, Mum, We Want You to Know. Mum, we want you to know we love you. You are a very important part of our lives, our relationship, our memories and moments shared. The love and life you have given us is so precious to us. We count our blessings to have had a mother like you, and we hope you realise that you have always been our inspiration. You have guided us in each decision and encouraged us to reach for every dream. You have helped us through your guidance and wisdom and the strength of your love to become the people you wanted us to be. We want you to know that though we may not have told you often enough, you mean so much more to us than words can say. We thank you and we love you with all our heart. Piper is going to sing a song that she sang on a family camping trip at Port Sorell called Lost Boy. Thank you, Piper.
Then one night as I closed my eyes,
beautiful was that? I think that deserves a little applause. Your nan would be so proud of you. Well done. We now have the privilege to look at photographs of aspects of Jo's life that are being collected from family albums. The chosen songs to support these photos are Remember When by Alan Jackson and The Wind Beneath My Wings by Bette Midler.
Remember when I was young, and so were you, and time stood still, and love was all we knew. You were the first, so was I. We made love and then you cried. Remember when? Remember when we vowed the vows and walked the walk and gave our hearts, made the start and it was hard. We lived and learned life through curves. There was joy, there was hurt. Remember when? Remember when old ones died and new were born, and life was changed, disassembled, rearranged. We came together, fell apart, and broke each other's hearts. Remember when? Remember when the sound of little feet was music? We danced to week, brought back the love. We found trust, vowed we'd never give it up. Remember when? Remember when 30 seems so old now, looking back. It's just a stepping stone to where we are, where we've been. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when? Remember when we said when we turn gray, when the children grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we've had. And we'll remember when. Remember when? Remember when?
You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know you. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly away. You let me fly so high. You, the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you, the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly so high against the sky, so high I almost touch the sky. Thank you, thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings.
Such beautiful memories, photos filled of love to cherish. Do not hurry as you walk with your grief. It does not help the journey. Walk slowly, pausing often. Do not hurry as you walk with your grief. Be not disturbed by memories that come unbidden. Swiftly forgive. And let Joe speak to you those unspoken words. Unfinished conversations will be resolved by her. Be not disturbed. Be gentle with the one who walks with grief. If it is you, be gentle with yourself. Swiftly forgive. Walk slowly, pausing often. Take time. Be gentle as you walk with your grief. It is now time to say your final goodbyes to Jo and to place flowers on her coffin as a sign of your love. Please come forward when you are ready.
Thanks for the time that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you. You shared my dreams, my joys, my pains. You've made my life worth living for. And if I had to live my life over again, dear, I'd spend each and every moment with you.
We can shed tears that she has gone, or we can smile because she has lived. We can close our eyes and pray that she will come back, or we can open our eyes and see all that she has left. Our heart can be empty because we can't see her, or we can be full of the love we shared. We can turn our back on tomorrow and live for yesterday, or we can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. We can remember her and only that she's gone, or we can cherish her memory and let it live on. We can cry and close our minds, be empty and turn our backs, or we could do what she would want: smile, open our eyes, love, and go on. It is now time that we must say farewell to Jo, wife, mother, nan, sister, aunt, and friend. Would you all please stand? The body of Joanne Vicky Willcox, Jo, is now tenderly and reverently committed to the elements and ultimately to Mother Earth, from which all life comes and to which in the end all life returns. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Grateful for the life that has been lived and for all that life meant to us. May we resolve as we live that we will strive with all our might to make our living of real worth. We are glad that Jo lived with us and for us. We cherish her memory, her words, and her deeds. We recall the influence she had upon us, and we will be forever grateful for a life that has been lived to its fullest measure. We know that she loved us all. May tender memories soften your grief. May fond recollections bring you relief. And may you find comfort and peace when thinking of Jo. Jo, may you always walk in sunshine and God's love around you flow. For the happiness you gave us, no one will ever know. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you did not go alone. A part of us went with you the day God called you home. 1,000,000 times we needed you, 1,000,000 times we've cried. If love could only have saved you, you never would have died. The Lord be with you, and may you rest in peace. Jo will now take her final journey to the beautiful voice of Samantha Harvey singing Dancing in the Sky, the song chosen by Jo shortly before she passed, and written by her on a notelet that was printed with the words, "Believe in your dreams," that she left for the family to find. As the family move, would you please follow on to the concourse for the releasing of doves? Thank you.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy, more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.